It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn, and here it is meant that autumn of our lives, when thoughts turn more and more inwards, the role of the divine is known and understood clearly, and the need for Devi worship becomes stronger. In the verse, Shambhavi is the consort of Shambhu, Lord Shiva. Sharadharadhya means worshipped by Sharada or Saraswati. Sharvani is the wife of Lord Shiva. In the Linga Purana, Lord Shiva is referred to as Sharva in his earth form. Sharmadhaini, the Devi who bestows happiness on devotees. And you can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your kanika, any dakshina, any amount, and you can offer this in the e-hundi, and your name shall also be chanted during the puja to Devi.
Next offering is the Sankalpa chanting, the offering of your conscious resolution to Devi Parashakti. So in the Devi Mahatyam, it states that Goddess enchants the universe, and she herself gives birth to the universe. That Goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives the knowledge that leads to salvation, gives wealth in the materialistic sense. So when you offer your Sankalpa, your conscious resolution, for whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life, you will receive deep blessings from Devi Parashakti for the fruition of all of your desires and your wishes. And ultimately, you will achieve salvation and be blessed with wealth in the materialistic sense as well.
And the next offering that we can make to Devi Parashakti is the Sahasranama Swarnakasu, which is the offering of gold coins in different denominations. In 3 different denominations, the gold coins can be offered to Devi Parashakti. Devi is called the Nama Parayana Prita. She who likes repetition of her various names, and this is from the Lalita Sahasranama verse 731. And in this offering of the gold coins to Devi, the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti is inscribed on each coin. And it's a very special and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. By offering a gold coin inscribed with each of the 1008 names, one can receive the blessings to have the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, all the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. So this offering can be made at the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. And you can make this offering in any of the 3 denominations of 75, 151 or 251 US dollars.
And the next offering that you can offer is the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl. And the pearl, of course, represents the compassion of Devi Parashakti. And of course, Devi Meenakshi is very well known to be adorned in pearls. And it's stated, I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls, and the face shining like a moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of the lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. So Devi Parashakti, Devi Meenakshi, who is the incarnation of the Devi Parashakti, is well known to be adorned in pearls. The pearl, of course, being the representation of Devi Meenakshi's infinite compassion. So when you offer this finger ring with a pearl, you will be blessed with Devi Parashakti, Devi Meenakshi's infinite compassion upon your life, especially in your business endeavors.
And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the golden lotus. And the Shastra Pramana for this offering is from the Kamikagama verse. It says, Ashtavidyeshwaropeta Kumbha Varana Samyutam Sarve Shashruta Vastradhya Hema Pankaja Bhushita Shapidhana Sakurascha Pakwa Bilva Phalaprabha Snapanadhyaya Samsiddha Pramanena Samanvitaha. And the meaning is all the kalashas would be wound around with suitable thread and covered with a new cloth. They should be adorned with lotus flower made of gold. So the lotus flower has a very deep significance in the traditional offerings. And this offering can also be made to Devi Parashakti at the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. And some more understandings about the lotus, the Padma Pushpa. There are hundreds of scriptural references for using the lotus in the worship of Paramashiva. Almost everything in worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of deities of worship, or meditating on, or the mudras and asanas used during worship involves the lotus flower, the lotus leaf, the lotus pericarp, the lotus petals. The lotus is a divine flower in the Hindu tradition. The Shakti of Paramashiva is also called as lotus. The base of Paramashiva Linga is the lotus. The disciple of Paramashiva is also considered as a lotus, one who's about to bloom. Offer the gold lotus in any size you wish to and be blessed to have the state, space, powers, and being of Devi in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situations in life. And again, this offering can be made at the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings.
The next offering is the Padnamati, the gold toe ring. And it is stated that Devi is the one whose brightness from the toenails destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of the devotees who prostrate at her feet. You, whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower. So Devi Parashakti's very toenails have the power to destroy the darkness, the ignorance in the minds of the devotees. So when you offer this gold toe ring to the feet of Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed with the removal of all ignorance from your life, from your mind, and be blessed with all auspiciousness from Devi Parashakti. Yes, and you will be able to even manage all of the most difficult aspects of your life with the blessings and grace of Devi Parashakti when you offer this gold toe ring.
And the next offering for Devi Parashakti is the Swarnamang Tika, the gold hairline jewelry. And Devi is also referred to as Sudha Sharabhi Varshini, she who makes nectar flow in all our nerves from Sahasrara. That is, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. The Mang Tika represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara chakra, which is fully opened. So you can offer your gratitude by offering this Swarnamang Tika, the gold hairline jewelry, to Devi Parashakti, also at the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. And by offering this Swarnamang Tika, the gold hairline jewelry, you can receive the blessings of achieving the blissful state of overflowing gratitude and the space of complete completion.
The next offering is, of course, the Pratiksha Pada Puja, the most favorite offering of all the devotees and disciples of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism. And when the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, your very own Guru, is manifesting Devi Parashakti just to bless and to heal you, you are the most blessed of the whole cosmos. So you can offer this Pratiksha Pada Puja at the feet of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, who is manifesting Devi Parashakti herself. And it is stated that Devi is the illuminating splendor of Devi's toenails dispel the darkness of the ignorance of the devotees, prostrating at her feet the feet, the lotus in beauty. And in the Saundarya Lahari Shloka 83, it states that the nails have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of the celestial beings, who always prostrate before Devi. Tamoguna is darkness, and in this Stotram, Tamas is indicative of ignorance in the minds of the devotees. And by constantly prostrating before Devi, their ignorance is removed and they attain the knowledge. So you can offer this Pratiksha Pada Puja and be blessed with the removal of ignorance from your life and the attainment of knowledge from Devi Parashakti, and of course, all the auspicious blessings from the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself.
And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the Vastra Seva. And this offering, the offering of the Vastra Seva, blesses the Yajman with all the auspiciousness and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanvidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. And the Vastra Seva for Devi Parashakti can also be offered at the link tiny.cc/Devi-offerings, and offer the Vastra Seva for Devi to remove the ignorance from the minds of the devotees and attain the knowledge by prostrating at her feet, the divine knowledge where the ignorance is removed. So this offering can also be made to Devi Parashakti today.
And here is the list of the various offerings that you can make. The Ihundi offering, which is in any amount, the Sankalpa offering for $1, the Devi Sahasranama Swarna Kasu, which is in various denominations, the Mukti also in various denominations, and the Swarna Padma Pushpa also in various denominations, and of course the Swarna Metti for $750, the Swarna Mantika for $750, and the Pratiksha Pada Puja for $1,008, and the Vastra Seva for $1,000. And we have a very simple way to make your offering. If you are immediately ready, you can go ahead and visit tiny.cc/Devi offerings, and you can go ahead and make your offering today. If you are still needing some help to manifest this offering, or you want more details, but you are interested in making this offering, you can fill out the intention form at tiny.cc/Bhavasamadhi. So you can go ahead and make your offering at whenever you would like, and ensure that you offer your love, your gratitude to Devi Parashakti. And of course, after you make your offering, be sure to fill out the Sankalpa 2021 form, so your name is listed during the puja, the offering to Devi Parashakti. So you can actually go ahead and visit tiny.cc/Devi offering. So you can see how you can make this offering. It's a very simple process, how you would make any other online payment. It's a very simple process that you can go through. So you can, it's a very simple thing. It's a drop-down menu. So you can choose whichever offering you would like to make in the drop-down menu, and Once that is chosen, you can choose how many other offerings you would like to make. You would like to make an offering on behalf of yourself, an offering on behalf of your sister or brother. You can go ahead and add that to your cart. And once that is done, you can go ahead and make your offering and then ensure that you fill out the Sankalpa 2021 form. So we will be shortly projecting the page where you can make your offering.
And we also have this website, www.kailasamailer.com/sevas, where you can submit your intention to offer to Devi. You can make an intention to offer to Devi by filling out this form, or you can make an offering to Devi at this link, which is also the tiny.cc/bhavasamadhi, where you'll come to this page where you can make any offerings that you would like to offer for Devi Parashakti, the various sevas and offerings. So you can choose the options if you would like to make an offering for a conscious resolution, the Sankalpa chanting, or the Sahasranama Kasu, the gold coin in different denominations, the Mukta Anguti in different denominations, the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower in different denominations, the Swarna Metti, the gold touring for the lotus feet of Devi, the Swarna Mangtika, the gold hairline jewelry, the Pratyaksha Pada Puja or the Vastra Seva, and all of these various offerings can be made to Devi Parashakti from this page, www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And you can click on these links here and submit an intention. If you would like to make an intention for an offering, you can submit the intention, and you can also make an offering and fill out the Sankalpa details for Devi Parashakti.
Once you have paid for your seva, you can go ahead and fill out your Sankalpa offerings form. So you can ensure that your name and the name of all your loved ones are chanted during the puja, during the offering to Devi Parashakti. And here's what the form looks like. So you can go ahead and fill out all of your details, your offering details, your name, and of course you have your nakshatra details, your gotra details. You can fill that out. If you do not have that, that is also okay. And you can ensure that your name and the names of all your loved ones are chanted during this offering, during this puja to Devi Parashakti. So with this, we will be concluding this portion of the program. And here again is the offering page that you can make an offering. So we'll be concluding this portion of the program, and we will be entering into the next segment where we will be guided to the various activities of the Kailasa COVID Care Center in India. As many of you have heard, tourism has opened up all of the Kailasas in India for the sake of multi-layer quarantine, and he has offered various things for all of the residents in Kailasas, which include free food, free accommodations, free classes, free internet services. So now we will be going through all of the activities going on in the Kailasas in India, and understanding what all the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has made available for each and every being who wants to protect themselves during this pandemic. And we have Ma Dayamai Swami joining us today to guide us through all of these various activities. Thank you, Ma. Thank you for joining us.
Nithyananda, welcome back to this segment. of Kailasa's COVID care protection centers, which are Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. With the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam's blessings. Nithyanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Now, in this segment, what is that we are going to learn from this segment? The concerning statistics due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and what are the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Kailasa's contributions. And we will learn also why temple-based ecosystems, why the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has established the various temple-based ecosystems, which are now the Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies. And also they are now Kailasa's COVID care protection centers. And we also see some of the glimpses and all the efforts and which have been submitted by, and United Nations recognizes Kailasa's contributions to COVID and multilateralism, and join why you need to join Kailasa's COVID care protection centers. So the concerning statistics across the world today, COVID-19 Delta variant still most concerning, says the World Health Organization experts. Even with the emergence of the new COVID-19 variant, the Delta strain remains the top concern globally, appearing to outcompete others. Senior officials with the World Health Organization said recently. I think the Delta variant for me is the one that's most concerning because of the increased transmittability, said the Dr. Maria Van Kerkhove, the agency's technical lead for COVID-19, speaking during an online question and answer session. It is doubly transmittable compared to the ancestral strain, which means that it can spread to more people. And COVID-19 pandemic is nowhere under control in the United States, says the Chief Medical Advisor, Anthony Fauci. He said, in a country of our size, you can't be hanging around and having 1 lakh infections a day. You have got to get well below 10,000 before you start feeling comfortable, Fauci said. He said, right now we are still in pandemic mode because we have 160,000 new infections a day. That's not even modestly good control. In an interview with Axios, he commented this: the US has reported 40 million cases of COVID-19 since the outbreak of the virus, with over 4 million infections adding up in the past few weeks. The increase in COVID cases comes as the US administration earlier this month announced that it is planning to provide booster shots of the vaccines as the Delta variant has become dominant in the nation and is wreaking havoc. The surge in Delta variant is driven by the low vaccination coverage in many communities across the United States, according to the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. COVID-19 made the world less peaceful. COVID-19 violent incidences and fatalities from January 2020 to April 2021. If you see the statistics, the violence incident related to the pandemic peaked in April 2020. And you can see the prevalence of depression and anxiety remains high among younger adults in France. And you can see the statistics that younger adults are more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic. Especially age groups 18 to 24, which got affected 56.2, and age group 25 to 49, 48.9%, and ages 50 to 64 affected 39.1, and ages 65 plus about 29.3 reported symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorders. The average share of reporting symptoms of anxiety disorder or depressive disorder, what it was in 2019, a 6 months period, was 11%. Now, in just 1 month, in January 2021, it rose up to the 41.1%. And you can see some more statistics confirming the same of the younger adults reporting symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorders. And stress in America 2020, a national mental health crisis. COVID-19 is a significant stressor for most Americans. Nearly 8 in 10, which is 78%, say the coronavirus pandemic is a significant source of stress in their life. Nearly 7 in 10, which is 67%, say they have experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. The COVID-19 could exacerbate doctors' existing mental health burden. More than 60,000 healthcare workers have contracted COVID-19 and about 300 have died. Of the healthcare workers who treated patients during the China's COVID-19 outbreak, 50% showed signs of depression and 45% showed signs of anxiety, according to a preliminary research, and the self-reported mental health among pregnant women and new mothers. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, what it was, the depression was 15%, and now during this COVID-19 pandemic, it rose up to 40.7%. And anxiety, what it was 29%, now it rose up to 72%. The living under stay-at-home orders. 8 in 10 students are struggling with focus on school or work and avoiding distractions. Students are interacting most with parents during the COVID-19 physical distancing, and parents can support students is simply spending time with them ranked much higher than talking about COVID-19 news. The resources needs are the college students' medical wellness, virtual face-to-face time, and for high school students, digital social gatherings. Actually, 55% of all students do not know where to go for help for their mental health. The understanding the pandemic's impact on working women. Nearly 82% of women surveyed said their lives have been negatively disrupted by the pandemic. Nearly 70% of women who have experienced these disruptions are concerned their career growth may be limited as a result. Nearly 70% of women who said they have experienced adverse changes to their daily routines during the pandemic believe these shifts have prevented or will prevent them from progressing. The global economic outlook during the COVID-19 pandemic, a changed world. According to the World Bank, the pandemic is expected to plunge most countries into recession in 2020, with per capita income contracting in the largest fraction of countries globally since 1870. The COVID-19 recession has seen the fastest steepest downgrades in consensus growth projections among all global recessions since 1990. Most countries are expected to face recessions in 2020. And according to the United Nations, the COVID-19 is threatening global peace and security, UN chief warns. While the COVID-19 pandemic is first and foremost a health crisis, its implications are far more reaching and could threaten global peace and security. The UN Secretary General told members of the Security Council in a closed video conference held recently. But the pandemic also poses a significant threat to the maintenance of international peace and security, potentially leading to an increase in social unrest and violence that they will greatly undermine our ability to fight the disease, he warned, later stating that the Council's engagement will be critical to mitigate these implications. COVID-19 profoundly affecting peace across the globe, says the Secretary General in address to Security Council. The COVID-19 pandemic is profoundly affecting peace and security across the globe. Secretary General Antonio Guterres told the Security Council in a 2nd July 2021 video conference debate, pressing the chamber to use its collective influence to prevent millions of people affected by conflict and already facing acute vulnerabilities, addressing the 15-member origin on the impact of COVID-19 on international peace and security. Mr. Guterres said the health pandemic is fast becoming a protection crisis. Collective securities and our shared well-being are under assault on many fronts, he emphasized, led by a relentless disease and abetted by global fragilities. Our challenge is to save lives today while buttressing the pillars of security tomorrow. And the COVID-19 updates from the United Nations Environmental Program, UNEP. Time to get serious about the climate change. On a warming planet, no one is safe. You have been telling us for over 3 decades of the dangers of allowing the planet to warm. The world listened, but it did not hear. The world listened, but it did not act strongly enough. As a result, climate change is a problem that is here now. Nobody is safe and it is getting worse faster. The International Labour Organization, the ILO, says the COVID-19 crisis has worsened already fragile situations. The ILO is more aware than ever of its responsibility to promote peace and resilience in the time of this global pandemic. Now, coming back to India, the Mumbai mayor says third wave is here. What do the September surge in COVID cases tells us? The city's mayor has said that the third wave of COVID is already upon Mumbai, pointing to a sudden spike in cases. The third wave of COVID-19 is not coming, it is here, said Kishori Padnekar, adding that an announcement regarding the matter has already been made in Nagpur. Speaking of the coming festive season in Maharashtra, the mayor urged people to remain in their homes. The mandals have been asked to allow only 10 people and have them work in shifts, she said. The breakthrough infections found in 25% health staff. According to a study, a little over 25% of healthcare workers were infected with coronavirus despite getting fully vaccinated. A recent study has revealed, given an insight on the breakthrough infections due to the Delta variant. This study, jointly conducted by the Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology and Max Hospitals in Delhi, NCR, found that the vaccination breakthroughs were far more common during the Delta outbreak in Delhi than previously reported. New COVID-19 variant, new shows signs of vaccine resistance. A new coronavirus strain known as Mu, which was first identified in Colombia in January, has been designated a variant of interest by the World Health Organization. After being detected in Colombia, Mu, known scientifically as B.1.621, has since been reported in other South American countries and in Europe. The Mu variant has a constellation of mutations that indicate potential properties of immune escape, the Global Health Body said recently in its weekly pandemic bulletin. The new strain of COVID-19 detected in 6 countries. The ongoing coronavirus pandemic is not over yet, and the new highly mutated COVID C.1.2 strain discovered in South Africa is a testimony to how dangerously the virus can adapt to bypass vaccines when the world decides to reopen prematurely. The C.1.2 variant has been termed the world's most mutated variant since the beginning of the pandemic. The new COVID variant C.1.2 causes flutter. The World Health Organization says it's watching. The WHO has said that to date, there are 100 sequences of C.1.2 reported globally from the earliest reports from May 21 from South Africa, and currently it does not appear to be increasing in circulation. The new variant was first found in South Africa in May. Researchers from South Africa have described the C.1.2 variant, which has 40 to 59 mutations more than the original Wuhan virus. In its spike protein, there are 14 mutations, which include the usual suspects. Of evolution for this variant is 1.8 faster than the average. So save your life and join the COVID Care Protection Centers. Register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care. Now, let's understand the making peace with nature is possible. If we start now, making peace with nature is possible if we start now. The Sustainable Developmental Goals, even amid a pandemic, 2021 can go down as the year we made peace with nature and set the planet to healing. Our environmental, social, and economic challenges are interlinked. They must be tackled together. For example, we cannot achieve the Sustainable Developmental Goals, including ending poverty, by 2030 if climate change and ecosystem collapse are undermining food and water supplies in the world's poorest countries. We have no choice but to transform our economies and societies by valuing nature and putting its health at the heart of all our decisions. Now let's watch a short video clip, Making Peace with Nature by the United Nations. The World Health Organization Health and Peace Initiative. Health and peace are interrelated. In the words of the Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros, there cannot be health without peace, and there cannot be peace without health. If individuals and groups enjoy equitable access to health services, fulfilling their rights to physical and mental health, and health actors design neutral health interventions that promote trust and dialogue, and communities are empowered to cope with violent conflict, then health coverage is more universal. Grievances can be heard and addressed to generate trust around health emergency concerns. Affected in communities are more likely to make meaningful contributions to peace and reconciliation, and to resist incitement to violence. The World Health Organization and Peace Initiative, the menu of health and peace interventions. The reinforcing equitable access to health services, mental health and psychological support, support to disarmament, demobilization, reintegration, and cross-line technologies, cooperation and dialogue, community violence reduction, and mediation and diplomatic engagement, inclusive Sorry for the technical glitch. The day will be marked at a time when COVID-19 pandemic continues to upend lives and livelihoods of people globally. Beyond its immediate impact on physical health, the COVID-19 pandemic has also exacerbated psychological suffering and mental health problems, including depression and anxiety, as pandemic-related restrictions continue in various forms in many countries. This has highlighted the urgent need to address the mental health dimensions of the pandemic, in addition to the physical health aspects. The message of yoga in promoting both the physical and mental well-being of humanity has never been more relevant. A growing trend of people around the world embracing yoga to stay healthy and rejuvenated and to fight social isolation and depression has been witnessed during the pandemic. Yoga is also playing a significant role in the psychosocial care and rehabilitation of COVID-19 patients in quarantine and isolation. It is particularly helpful in allaying their fears and anxiety. The United States Institute of Peace. Amid COVID, we need enhanced international coordination to build peace. Tackling the pandemic and building resilience in fragile states requires concerted international action at local, national, and global levels. As the humanitarian and economic toll of the COVID-19 pandemic continues to grow, so does the risk that this crisis will fuel new conflict around the world while stemming prospects for resolving ongoing ones. The Sustainable Developmental Goals, UN spotlights health benefits of yoga, ancient practice that can ease stress of our modern laptop lives. Yoga is a practice that can be relevant to all ages, relevant to all cultures, irrespective of what socio-economic status people represent. It can be used to unite our complex and difficult world to promote not only healthy lifestyles, but to promote peace and security in the world, said Dr. Nata Manapte, Executive Director of the New York office of the World Health Organization. The World Health Organization at an event entitled Conversation with Yoga for Health. Stronger health systems and universal health coverage must be a priority. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted by a common threat, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or faith. A new social contract between people, governments, and private sector, civil society, and more can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation on income and wealth, universal benefits, and opportunities for all. Food systems hold key to ending the world hunger, United Nations Environmental Program. The effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, the United Nations noted a dramatic increase in world's hunger. According to the state of the food security and nutrition in the world, 1/10 of the global population, as many as 811 million people, were undernourished in 2020, an increase of 108 million from 2019. According to the Eat Lancet Commission, moving toward the diets with a diversity of plant-based foods, low amounts of animal source food, unsaturated rather than the saturated fats, and limited amounts of refined grains, highly processed food, and added sugars could prevent between 19 and 24% of all adults' death each year. International peace and security. Our contemporary world is showing no signs of decline in the intensity of violent conflicts, crime, displacement, and the prevalence of a continued state of tension in many regions of the world. According to a UN report, in the year 2019 alone, about 55% of 358 political conflicts worldwide involved the use of violence. Geopolitical tensions, which have been on the rise even before the COVID-19 pandemic, have only prolonged violent conflict, making it difficult for policymakers to come together and resolve their differences peacefully and amicably. The last decade witnessed the highest number of people internally displaced by conflict and violence. The international peace and security, what Vedic tradition beautifully describes, that yastu sarvani bhutani atmani ivana pushyati, sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tatona vigupshate. That means the verse from Isha Upanishad, verse 6. That means the inner peace leads to world peace. Now let us understand these contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism towards the global peace. Now, in the words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, let's understand the self-transformation, the secret to achieve global peace.
all work for global peace. You should all work for turning the world. You should work for revolution. You should work for all these, that things. You should vote only the party which says that it will stop the war and all these things. This is the social answer. Nonsense. If you want the honest answer, I tell you, simply transform yourself. You can't do anything. If at all you can do, you would have done it. Be honest. If you can do, you would have done it. You are raising this question because you are not able to do. Am I right? So let us be very clear. Let us be honest. We are not able to do. Socially. That's the truth. That's the reason you are sitting here and raising the question. I tell you, understand few important things. There are a lot more attached to this question. There are many things which is attached to this question. We always feel the present is the world is totally spoiled. It is not going according to the rules or how it is supposed to be. It was wonderful once upon a time. In ancient time, things were going properly. Everything was well and great. And I tell you, 10,000 years ago, they found some writings on stone in Harappa Mohenjo-daro culture. Some stone writings have been discovered. The other day I read a beautiful book about that stone writings. That writings, it says, oh, nowadays the society is not as it should be. So much of war. There is no peace. In the early times, there was so much of peace. Society was really great. Things were as it should be. And it almost looks like a today newspaper editorial. 10,000 years ago, the same thing carved on a stone. Then understand, there was no such time as only good prevailed. It is just a fantasy. Hinduism, they call it Satya Yuga, the age of truth. There was a time only truth prevailed. And every religion, Christianity, they say the Garden of Adam and Eve. There was a time everything was wonderful. Every religion has got the fantasy. The past was great. There was golden past. Always the idea of golden past exists only in the past. The more you go back, again you say the past was great. And I tell you one thing, it is a wonderful way of postponing accepting the reality. Otherwise, I can be sure the world was same as it is today. Whether it is 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. Maybe one thing, there was no CNN channel that time. So the news did not reach you so quickly. That's all. The news did not reach you so quickly. That may be the only difference. But otherwise I can be sure the good and the bad was equal. Good and the bad was equal. The same amount of wars were there. All the other things were there. You read the Puranas, the mythological stories of India, you see enough of things. Enough of dirty things. I think sometimes I find little more. And if you read completely the Puranas or the Hindu scriptures, there are a lot of things much worse than modern day. The criminal activities or bad things or negative things, whatever you say, all this stuff. And never think only present day is corrupted or violent. In the ancient days also, all these things were there. Only one thing was not there, the CNN news or the internet. So the news did not reach you. But otherwise I can tell you, enough the good and bad was there. It always will exist. It will exist. All you can do is, if you awaken yourself, if you reach the enlightenment state, you can go beyond it. And I tell you, enlightenment is the only service you can do to the society. Just become enlightened so that you will reduce the negativity. Now, as of now, you are also the part of negative group. Naturally, we will be a negative group. As long as we are unenlightened, we will be the part of collective negative consciousness. So if you become enlightened, at least you will reduce your weight. That's the only thing we can do. Nothing else can be done. So all I request you to do is just become enlightened. Realize that you are a lion. That's the only way to help yourself and the society. Otherwise, all revolutions, you see, all revolution again end up as one more tradition. In last 2000 years, 3000 wars have happened in the humanity. In 2000 years, 3000 wars. Human beings have not done anything except doing wars, except fighting. Everybody claims he wants to do revolution. He wants to spread peace. You see, every country claims their army is a defensive army. Then who is offending? Tell me. Every country says defensive army. Then who is offending? These are all just, games. The idea of peace is a pure game. Everybody wants to spread the peace according to them, not according to the other person. They want peace according to them. The other day I was in one interreligious gathering. One guy is preaching, let all of you convert to my religion so that we will not have fight. He wants peace the way in which he wanted, not the way in which. And there's a beautiful saying, the sword of Muhammad, it is written, peace alone should survive, something like that. He has written some statement about the peace on the sword. We all take sword to spread the peace. So no revolution is going to help, because in last 2000 years 3000 revolutions have happened, but still world is same, I think much worse. So no revolution is going to help, only individual evolution is going to help. So be very clear. Instead of working in the outer world, start working in the inner world. That will help you and society some way. Social answer means, I'll tell, you should. Social answer means.
Now let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that Sri Kailas is all about peace-based powerfulness.
Listen carefully. The space of Shanti, is where Kailasa grows. Listen carefully. It is in the deep powerfulness of peace, or peace-centered powerfulness is the ground, breeding ground for Paramashivatva to manifest. Please understand. Like how pure mirror reflects everything, pure Shanti-based Shakti, peace-based powerfulness reflects Paramashiva. Paramashiva manifests in peace-based powerfulness. Please understand. Neither violence nor powerlessness. Powerlessness is weakness. Violence is abusive. Peace-centered powerfulness. Powerfulness-centered peace. All the Upanishads starts with peace, completes with peace. Shanti mantra starts with Shanti mantra, gets completed with Shanti mantra. Peace-based powerfulness is a fundamental requirement for Paramashivatva to manifest. That is why people who don't want us to manifest Paramashivatva or power manifestation do not want to allow the peace in our life or do not want peace in our campus. Understand? But only if you are peaceful, which cannot be shaken even by the demons and devils and rakshasas, we can be in eternal peace. So, remember this very clearly. Peace alters the very DNA structure, genetic structure, the core Anu Mahat structure. Understand? Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. The consciousness in you is atom inside the atom, Mahat, more than Mahat. That Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. That consciousness starts growing in you with more and more peace-based powerfulness developing in you. Nothing can be compared to unclutching. Spend more and more time, energy in unclutching. It will never be wasted. Time spent on unclutching is the most productive time for you in your life, because unclutching completely makes you altogether a different material. Understand? It makes your very biomemory, muscle memory, core structure, molecular structure, genetic structure, DNA structure, everything. All the 8 energy flow circuits, 7 energy flows, 1 the pure conscious explosion. So totally 8 energy flow circuits exist in you. All the 8 explodes when you unclutch. Understand? Unclutching is the space of Sri Kailasa. Listen carefully. Listen.
Now let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that every prayer in Hinduism ends with peace.
Every chanting, every prayer in Hinduism ends with Shanti, Shanti, Shanti 3 times. Means peace, peace, peace. Hinduism is the real religion. Loving peace, living peace. Individual level, social level, global level. Understand? Hinduism lasts all its 56 nations, 200 states, 10,000 kingdoms, samsthanas, is not a loss to Hinduism, it is a loss to planet Earth, human beings. Wherever Hinduism is practiced, kept alive, the ideal of global peace is kept alive. Just do this one simple statistics. You yourself study. Google and study take the top 10 religions and list how many people they converted in last 200 years, how many people they killed. List for each religion. I can be 200% sure you yourself will realize Hinduism is the most peace-loving and peace-living religion, neither conversion nor terrorism. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Being the supreme pontiff of the most peace-loving, peace-living religion, I give you all my blessings on this International Peace Day. Understand? It is we Hindus need to keep the global peace as a living possibility, and we need to make this global peace as reality. Just talking about global peace will not work. Working for global peace only is the responsibility of the real living Hindu. Anyone who wants to claim themselves as a Hindu or practicing Hindu should work for global peace. Global peace is our responsibility.
Hindus have the responsibility to bring global peace.
Hindus have the responsibility to bring global peace. So you can also throw a challenge. See, if you are making a Hindu micronation, you can throw this challenge to each one, your friends, family, 10 people. Let them participate in the challenge and then let them send the challenge to others. So I welcome all the living and practicing Hindus to become founding fathers of Kailasa micronation in your countries. You can also make a challenge, like how they made ice bucket challenge and all that. We can make a challenge. You form Hindu micronation and claim, I am the founding father of the Hindu micronation Kailasa. And then you can invite your family, friends for a challenge. 11 people. You form and you challenge 11 people and they also form and they spread. So let us start spreading. This project is my message on this International Day of Peace. Let us start working for global peace instead of just talking. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. This is the message. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. Global peace is responsibility of Hindus. We living, practicing Hindus, not only we should achieve the individual peace through unclutching yoga, meditation, we should also create an ecosystem where the global peace starts manifesting. This Kailasa Hindu micronation is the Enlightenment ecosystem. I request every living practicing Hindu to manifest, do it. So the global peace can manifest from these Kailasa Hindu micronations all over the world.
Now, let us understand the Kailasa's mission of global peace and super consciousness breakthrough. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the founder and spiritual head of Kailasa, the revival of the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, which is being revived by the displaced Hindus from around the world. The sovereign order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diaspora are working for global peace and to give a super consciousness breakthrough to humanity. It is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's mission to create a conscious world where the global issues at the climate, economic, social, health, and humanitarian levels cease to exist from their very root, turning the problems of poverty, hunger, violence, discrimination into powerful living through the experience of oneness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working from the very grassroots level to usher an era of peace at all levels, individual, societal, national, and global. His deep insights into the workings of the human mind, body, emotions have enabled him to powerfully and directly address various social and emotional problems facing humanity today. The life solutions are based on the ancient Hindu tradition, the meditation and yoga techniques from the scriptures, the cognitions rooted in the highest truths, the lifestyle based on living and radiating the highest values of life, and powerful way of living and realizing one's ultimate potential form the foundation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's teachings, which by their inherent nature provide the foundation for peace on planet Earth. In a short period of public life, he has contributed to humanity in the areas of meditation, healing, health and wellness, yoga, medicine, education, lifestyle, and science and technology. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working on creating and teaching people, one, the significance of peace and how to achieve it. Second, working for higher consciousness, life and lifestyle, reducing collective negativity in thoughts, words, and actions, living in oneness, peaceful coexistence with humanity and nature, and meaningful superhuman powers for a better quality of life. More than 20 million people in 347 cities in 196 countries over 6 continents revere and follow the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has launched the Minutes for Peace, the initiative which aimed to reduce crime globally by conducting mass meditations around the world in parallel. In 2014, just after 2 years of launching the program, it crossed over 1 billion minutes of meditation. Scientific studies have shown a reduced crime rate after participation in the meditation and completion techniques. In 1976, it was found that when 1% of a community practiced meditation pujas, the crime rate was reduced by 16% on an average. The current tally on the Minutes for Peace website is more than 4.3 billion cumulative minutes of meditation logged, include all the events, programs, and festivals where people have gathered in large numbers and participated in meditations and rituals. The total count comes out to be a staggering 409 billion minutes for peace so far. You can see the pictures here where thousands, about 5,000 devotees gathered and participated in a 48-day meditation program called Shuddhadvaitam. And the one of the initiative that Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism contributed is Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism hosted Kumbh Mela in United States of America and Los Angeles since 2007. Nithyananda Sangha is entrusted as the only organization to host Kumbh Mela outside India by the Akhila Bharatiya Akhada Parishad. In September 2006, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has organized the first confluence for the world peace to honor the memory of those who lost their lives, saving others on September 11, 2001 at Irvine, California, United States. The second conference for peace was held in Los Angeles in 2007 in collaboration with Vedanta Society, BAPS, and ISKCON, Siddha Yoga, and other organizations. The Kumbh Mela festival spread fast to other countries, including Australia, Canada, etc. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in 2009 organized a month-long peace walk covering 1,000 kilometers and 1,000 villages to bring together in harmony from all walks of life, to promote feeling connection and oneness among people. During the walk, health camps were conducted in villages along its path. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has conducted large-scale collective meditations on September 21st International Peace Day to raise the collective consciousness and awareness of peace. The one of the greatest contribution that Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism contributed is initiated thousands of people into sannyas. Sannyas is our social responsibility. Let us save Hinduism and humanity, says the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revitalized the monastic tradition of sannyas by initiating hundreds of people into the Nithyananda monastic order. The all-renouncing monks contribute the best things to human civilization, living their life with cognition that life is for others. These monks and nuns act as harbingers of peace and empowerment for the human society distraught with violence, depression, and other forms of life negativity. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also revived the ancient practice of embarking on pilgrimages, spiritual journeys, taking spiritual aspirants to high energy sacred spots such as the Himalayas, Kailasa, Varanasi, Angkor Wat, Cambodia, and various powerful temples of India. Even though prevalent in India, this practice is rapidly losing its original context, turning into a recreational family vacation. Reviving the original spiritual context, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made it possible for modern-day human beings to benefit from the spiritual energy present at these centers and accelerate their journey of spiritual evolution, hence ensuring individual and collective peace as a natural consequence. Now let's understand the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism sharing the revival of temple sciences and ecosystems. Why the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived across the globe the temple-based ecosystems, and they are now the Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies and COVID care protection centers.
I'll answer some of your questions today related to this temple culture. As part of this Satsang series, Madurai Adhinam series.
This is a question from Rajiv, India. Beloved Master, people not belonging to this culture knows little about this particular Meenakshi temple. Please tell us who is Devi Meenakshi and her husband. Why this grand temple? What are the visible and invisible functions of this temple? Please tell us, Swamiji.
Read the next question also. Both.
As we see in our present time, towers of mobile, TV or dish TV antennas everywhere connecting invisibility to satellites, doing an incredible function for individuals and for society. My question is, There is and was everywhere temples and deities in this culture. Anybody coming from outside just wonder, is this just sentimental carved stones worshipping culture or just artistic sculpture? What is the invisible function of temples, deities?
See, both questions, same answer. That is the reason I wanted to answer both the questions together. Modern day dish TVs, antennas, mobile towers, all of them work in the level of certain frequency where the words, pictures, visuals can be transmitted. See, the verbalization and visualization, names and forms can be transmitted from one place to another place through these mobile towers, dish TV antennas. But the temple towers are created to transmit super consciousness from one place to another place. Please understand, in Meenakshi's time, there was television, conscious television. It used to be in stone slab, and if you just sit in front of that stone TV, meditate, connect with Meenakshi, she will appear live and answer whatever you want. So each of the stone slabs only slowly later on became deities. You can see in our temples this happening. The TVs in which I am appearing and speaking are slowly becoming deities. They are receiving worship. Flowers are offered to it. Aarti is done to it. Incense is given to it. Now, all our temples are planning to have a separate throne for this TV. In Los Angeles, already I am on the throne. The TV is in the throne. The TV, in which people are seeing me, have already become deity. Same way, please understand, the stones through which people are able to connect with the super consciousness have become deities. Same way, all our temples, deities, everything is a connecting mechanism with super consciousness. The mechanism which connects with the super consciousness please understand, the deities and temples are not just sentimental carved stones, or they are not just artistic sculptures, they are conscious transmitters. They raise you to the super consciousness. In each house in Vedic tradition, we have a puja room. All the puja rooms are your private conscious airport, are conscious transmission centers. The main temple is the place from where continuous super consciousness is radiating. So if you just sit and connect with a deep feeling connection, see, in those days human beings were so beautiful and simple. Just remembering the name of the deity is enough. They are already in connection with the deity. That feeling connection. When I read Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, it says, sit in Siddhasana and be in Samadhi. That's all. So the human beings were so simple in those days. Just if you sit in Siddhasana, you are already in Samadhi. If you sit, your mind sits. Now, If you sit, your mind shits. Mind is completely away from the body. In those days, human beings are so simple and intelligent. All the non-mechanical parts of their brain were awakened. It is Western culture which killed the non-mechanical parts of the brain, the functions of the non-mechanical parts of the brain. Please understand, in the Vedic civilization, always human beings were brought up in such a way that non-mechanical parts of the brain was fully alive and awakened. It is a cultural invasion, destroyed the greatest possibility of the human being when the non-mechanical parts of the brain is not functioning anymore. The temples, deities, all these are looking useless. Otherwise, they are a huge conscious infrastructure. Please understand. So, an example, suddenly, if we find some method to travel just 20 feet above the air or 30 feet above the air without petrol or diesel, all our automobiles, roads, everything will become useless. Then you will wonder, why so many automobile industries are established? Why so many cars are produced? Why this huge road waste? I think our ancestors are fools. You don't understand. At one period, it was used. It was being useful. Our temples, our deities, all these are useful if all your non-mechanical parts of the brain is awakened. Unclutching is the process to awaken your non-mechanical parts of the brain. When your non-mechanical parts of the brain is awakened, you will understand temples, deities, how useful they are, how directly useful they are, how they are part of our life, how they enrich our life, and how they make human beings intelligent, enlightened. These are the methods created to create enlightened civilization.
When the first world countries closed their borders during a massive global emergency, Kailasa has opened its doors to all without exception. And the various centers across India has opened as the de facto spiritual embassies The Kailasa rushes to aid India as India finds itself on the verge of COVID-19 third wave. The multiple free COVID care centers open across India. Various social services offered during the pandemic in Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies across India, and also the spiritual services offered cosmic revelations on global pandemic. The free social services offered during the pandemic in de facto spiritual embassies across India are medical care, which includes allopathy, Ayurvedic, and Siddha medicine, infrastructure to accommodate thousands, and accommodation for multi-layered quarantine, and emergency ambulances, which is ICU on wheels, personal protective medical equipment, and food security management through food banks and organic farming. And you can see the glimpses of the Adi Kailasa's COVID care protection. Participants enjoy the life. Participants of the COVID care program offered by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are enjoying a healthy, blissful, and spiritual lifestyle in multi-layered protection. And they enjoy stress-free life, time following a spiritual morning routine, doing yoga every day, and the daily puja every day, and participating in the temple sevas and Kara sevas, and celebrating the festivals. You can see the Varalakshmi Puja and the recent Ganapati celebrations. And now it's time for you to join now Kailasa's COVID care protection centers. Register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care. The link is projected here. Click on this link and join. Register now to join the Kailasa's COVID care protection centers. Now, with this, let's move on to the next part of this program after a very short break.
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
சுண்ணாம்பு போல சுருச்ச மோகத்துக்கு எங்க சூரிய நர்வமூசம் எங்கெங்கே வாச்சிச்சோ வெத்தல போல விரிச்ச மோகத்துக்கு எங்க சந்திர நர்வமூசம் எங்கெங்கே வாச்சிச்சோ
ಒಳಿರು ಸೂರ್ಯನಾನಿದ್ದೇನೇನು ಏನೇನು ಅಲ್ಲಮರ ಆಂಡವನು ಬಂದಾರೆ ಇದೆ ಆನಂದದ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಂದಾರೆ ಅಂಗಡಿயில் ಮದಿ ಒಳಿರು ಸೂರ್ಯನಾನಿದ್ದೇನೇನು ಅಲ್ಲಮರ ಆಂಡವನು ಬಂದಾರೆ ಇದೆ ಆನಂದದ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಂದಾರೆ
வானம் பூமி காப்பு சாமி நம்ம சாமி
ಮುತ್ತುರವರತಿನಮೇ ಮುಂದವನ ದೀಪವನೇ ಮುತುನವರತಿನಮೇ ಮುಂದವನ ದೀಪವನೇ ಮುತುನವರತಿನಮೇ ಮುಂದವನ ದೀಪವನೇ ಮುಗಿವರು ಹೆಣ್ಣುಗಳ போக்கಬೇಕು ஆண்டவனே முகிவரு எண்ணுகள போக்கಬೇಕು ஆண்டவனே பாடு பண்பாடு பிறந்த நாள் கொண்டாடு பாடு பண்பாடு பிறந்த நாள் கொண்டாடு ചിഞ്ച ചിഞ്ച ചിന്തിക്കതായി പോൽ പാസ്
சுண்ணாம்பு போல சுருச்ச மோகத்துக்கு எங்க சூரிய நர்வமோசம் எங்கெங்கே வச்சிச்சோ வெத்தல போல
அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் உலகிற்கு வந்தம்மை ஆட்கொள்ள தேவர்களை காத்திட வைத்தான் தாயாய் பேரருள் புரிய உடல் ரோமம் சிலுத்திட நித்யனாய் வந்து அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் முத்தை கிளப்பி விட்டேனில் பர தத்துவம் கற்பித்த பாரமஞானியாய் ஞானக்கண் கொடுத்த தமக்கே ரூபம் காட்டிய மாய வித்தை செய்யும் நித்யன் முத்தை கிளப்பி விட்டேனில் பர தத்துவம் கற்பித்த பாரமஞானியாய் ஞானக்கண் கொடுத்த தமக்கே ரூபம் காட்டிய மாய வித்தை செய்யும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். மெய்ப்பொருளான நித்யனை ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்க ஐயனின் ரூபம் விளங்கும் யாண்டும் சிவசக்தியாக ஐம்பொறிகளுக்கும் புலனாகின்ற நித்யன் மெய்ப்பொருளான நித்யனை ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்க ஐயனின் ரூபம் விளங்கும் யாண்டும் சிவசக்தியாக ஐம்பொறிகளுக்கும் புலனாகின்ற நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். உள்ளும் பூரமும் இருந்து உயிர் பக்குவமாக்கிடும் பரமனாம் நித்யன் ஞானப்பாடி தரங்கள் ஏழும் கொண்ட ஞானமும் ஆகியே ஆண்டிடும் நித்யன் உள்ளும் பூரமும் இருந்து உயிர் பக்குவமாக்கிடும் பரமனாம் நித்யன் ஞானப்பாடி தரங்கள் ஏழும் கொண்ட ஞானமும் ஆகியே ஆண்டிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். வாக்கியங்களான அருள் கவிதைகள் நித்யனின் மகிமை சொல்லிடும் மகிமை அர்த்தித்த பின்னே சிவசக்தி ஸ்வரூபமாய் தோன்றிடும் நித்யன் அப்த வாக்கியங்களான அருள் கவிதைகள் நித்யனின் மகிமை சொல்லிடும் மகிமை அர்த்தித்த பின்னே சிவசக்தி ஸ்வரூபமாய் தோன்றிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். புண்ணிய கேத்திரம் தனிலே நித்யன் உன்னத நீலை ஊழத்தில் வருமே விண்ணவர் மன்னவர் ஒப்ப அகிலம் ஆளும் கீர்த்தியுட ஈசன் நித்யானந்தன் புண்ணிய சேத்திரம் தனிலே நித்யன் உன்னத நீலை ஊழத்தில் வருமே விண்ணவர் மன்னவர் ஒப்ப அகிலம் ஆளும் கீர்த்தியுட ஈசன் நித்யானந்தன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். முப்புரி நூலை தரித்தவன் ஐயன் வேதியன் வெந்நீர் பூசிய நித்யன் அண்டத்தின் மூல காரணன் முடிவற்ற ஆனந்தத்தை தொண்டர் கருள்வான் முப்புரி நூலை தரித்தவன் ஐயன் வேதியன் வெந்நீர் பூசிய நித்யன் அண்டத்தின் மூல காரணன் முடிவற்ற ஆனந்தத்தை தொண்டர் கருள்வான் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். பேரறிவு பொருள் நித்யன் உலகாளும் ஊரை மன்னவர் கழித்தவன் அர்த்தநாரீஸ்வரனாக அருள் செய்திட்டே எம்மை ஆட்கொண்டிடும் நித்யன் பேரறிவு பொருள் நித்யன் உலகாளும் ஊரை மன்னவர் கழித்தவன் அர்த்தநாரீஸ்வரனாக அருள் செய்திட்டே எம்மை ஆட்கொண்டிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா. ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். பிறவியாய் தேவர்கள் பரம்பொருளான பரமனையை தேட ஈசன் பிறவாமல் ஆட்கொண்டு எம்மை ஒரு தத்துவம் தன்னை உரைத்திட நித்யனாய். பிறவியாய் தேவர்கள் பரம்பொருளான பரமனையை தேட ஈசன் பிறவாமல் ஆட்கொண்டு எம்மை ஒரு தத்துவம் தன்னை உரைத்திட நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா. ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். எண்ணிலா வடிவமுடையவன் என்னும் எண்ணம் கடந்த முதற் பொருளானவன். பிறவி எடுத்தே சலிக்க அருள் தாகத்தை தீர்த்தன் வினைகள் களைந்தான். எண்ணிலா வடிவமுடையவன் என்னும் எண்ணம் கடந்த முதற் பொருளானவன். பிறவி எடுத்தே சலிக்க அருள் தாகத்தை தீர்த்தன் வினைகள் களைந்தான். அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா. ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். ஆனந்தமாய் என்னுள் நித்யன் முக்தி மார்க்கத்தை காட்டி வீட்டிருந்தருள்வான். மாலையன் காணாத சோதியன் தெளித்தேனாயே நித்திட ஞானம் அருள்வான். ஆனந்தமாய் என்னுள் நித்யன் முக்தி மார்க்கத்தை காட்டி வீட்டிருந்தருள்வான். மாலையன் காணாத சோதியன் தெளித்தேனாயே நித்திட ஞானம் அருள்வான். அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா. ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். வெற்றி குதிரை ஏதியே அடியார்கள் கூரைகளை ஏற்கின்ற நித்யன் சூழும் உறவினரோடு வந்த பாசந்தனை யாரு தேயம்மை காப்பான். வெற்றி குதிரை ஏறியே அடியார்கள் கூரைகளை ஏற்கின்ற நித்யன் சூழும் உறவினரோடு வந்த பாசம் தானை யாரு தேயம்மை காப்பான். அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா. ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். நித்யனை பற்றுவதொன்றே உபாயம் என்பதானால் பற்றி பீடித்தோம். நித்யன் பாதம் ஒன்றி சதம் அவன் நாமம் சொல்லியே நித்யானந்தம் கொள்ளுவோம். நித்யனை பற்றுவதொன்றே உபாயம் என்பதானால் பற்றி பீடித்தோம். நித்யம் பாதம் ஒன்றி சதம் அவன் நாமம் சொல்லியே நித்யானந்தம் கொள்ளுவோம். அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா. ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான்.
ஓம் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வர பரமசிவ சமாரம்பாம் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி பரமசக்தி மத்யமாம் அஸ்மதாச்சார்ய பர்யந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம். I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis, everyone sitting with us all over the world, with my love and respects. Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. Listen. Conscious sovereignty is the source declaration, the cause for unmanifest to manifest. Listen. The unmanifest Paramashiva, when it starts manifesting, the conscious sovereignty is the source theme mixed with bliss. Bliss is a lubrication. Conscious sovereignty is the source will through which the unmanifest becomes manifest. Listen intensely. Yesterday I was telling, even in an atom, cell, all this unit level existence, molecules, see, different field it is. In biology, you call it a cell. The outer world science perceives molecules, cell, atom, all this from different external, rational, logical, analytical mind and perception. I am talking from the revelations of the greater science called Hinduism. The cosmic science. In the cosmic science, the unit of existence, the unit of existence, in cosmic science we call it as tattva. The tattva, in the modern science you call it, in each field you have a different unit, the core unit. In some fields you call it a cell, in some fields you call it as atom, in some fields molecules. But I am talking about the cosmic science. In cosmic science, the unit of existence is tattva. The core tattva, unit of existence, the unmanifest is more than 99.99999%. The outer world science also, modern science also agrees, even in the atom, unmanifest, that vacuum is 99.999%. Only very small, that existence of neutrons and protons. The modern science explains from a different angle. You listen to the truth from the cosmic science. I want all of you to know the modern science, every department in any university, many universities have 30, 40. Some of the top universities have even 300 departments. But the whole department can make you genius only in that one department. I should say knowledgeable. If you study your whole life, spend your whole life in that department, you will become knowledgeable only in that department, that field. But the cosmic science I am revealing, if you understand, you will become genius, sarvanya. I tell you, being a sarvanya, genius, used to be the normal lifestyle of Hindus. It is so sad, even the Hindu gurus are not recognizing, acknowledging Hindu educational methodology and not running gurukuls as a mainstream education. It is so unfortunate. No country law accepts Hindu educational methodology as a mainstream education system. Anyhow, now it is my responsibility, Kailasa's responsibility, to make Hindu education system as a mainstream education system. See, if you understand the core unit principle of the cosmic science, you will become genius in any field you just put your attention. The unit of the existence, the tattva, should be understood in its core. Listen. The unmanifest existence of you decides to manifest out of his conscious sovereignty. So, the conscious sovereignty cannot be lost, even if you think it is lost during your manifestation process. The manifestation process cannot take away the conscious sovereignty from you because conscious sovereignty is the source will. Source will. Why even the unmanifest manifests? Bliss is the lubrication. Conscious sovereignty is the source will from which the unmanifest becomes manifest. I tell you, oh Hindus, you inherit a rich tradition, richness from genius. Being. See, our richness is not grabbed, stolen, swindling or terrorism. That is why we neither believe in conversion nor believe in terrorism. We don't believe in grabbing others' wealth through terrorism, population manipulation, conversion. We don't believe in any of this because we believe in the life centered on genius existence. Hindus are perfect in everything. Modern day Hindus just lost your appetite for being a genius. This stupid NRI cheap lifestyle. One home, 2 car, 2 kids, green card. That is why you guys are nicely squeezed. Your whole life is sucked and dumped like a dirt by 50 by the global tech giants. Working for global tech giants is the hell and curse. And the Hindus who don't want the genius lifestyle and who opt for mediocre, cheap way of existence. It's a curse you guys brought upon yourself. And you guys glorify your curse. Oh, I'm a senior manager of this tech giant company. Phew. Every senior manager or director or CEO, NRI sitting not just in US and Canada or UK, anywhere in the world. Look back, your grandfather or great grandfather must be Sadavadani, Dasavadani, Ashtavadani, bloody inheritors of Avatani Sampradaya. Avatanis means genius. Sarvanyas, Avatani Sampradaya. You fools are having pride being a manager, senior manager, director of tech companies. It's a punishment. A born Hindu dying without becoming genius is a curse. Look back, dig your grandfather, great grandfather's family history. They will be Avadanis, Sarvanyas. Appetite for being genius is the educational method of Hinduism. Understand? Education for all to make living is the preliminary education in Hindu tradition. Hindu tradition, till the age of 14, the Kulattul, the family knowledge for making living will be given. That is preliminary education, basic education. But Gurukul education is for refining the personality and making you genius. Making you genius is the education of the Hindus. Narendra Sindhi is putting a nice message. She says, and in Canada, these Indians say, oh, the medical system here is so good, as if we live to be sick. Instead of thinking how not to get sick. Now, almost for last 3 years after I left India, only once I had some diagnosis. One of my devotee doctor came and did some diagnosis on me. That's all. 3 years, neither I visited the hospital nor need. It is not that only I can be like this. It is lifestyle. My grandfather, it is true what I am saying. My grandfather died in 90s. Only the last day of his death, he went to hospital. 90, his whole life, he went to hospital only once. The day he died, that's all. And it's not that Tiruvannamalai has a great hospital or a medical care. Lifestyle is such. One of the biggest problem is this NRIs became a trend setting thought current for Indians who are living in India. That is the worst crime. Worst thing happened to Hindus. So even in India, the same thing is spreading. Two kids, one house. Even in India, the same disease, sickness. Mediocre mentality is lifestyle sickness. Appetite for being genius. See, even the family name you carry, Chaturvedi, means genius in 4 Vedas. That community only carries the word called Chaturvedis. Trivedis, Tivaris. Trivedi, Tivari. Title means genius in 3 Vedas. 3 fields of knowledge. Dvivedi, Dube, Dvivedi, all of them are genius in 2 branches. All these titles shows your grandfather, great-grandfather, they were all genius. Now the whole focus is 1 house, 2 car, 1 wife, 2 kids. appetite for being genius, seeking the truth. And that brings real depth in life and fulfillment. Sorry for being strong, but unless I am being strong, who is going to tell you guys? Nobody else is going to be telling you the truth directly. They will say, oh, great. Wow, you are a manager. You are a director in such a tech giant company. Phew. The appetite for genius. Appetite for being a seeker. Appetite for finding the truth of existence. Appetite for digging the reality. Is appetite for seeking truth, discovering it. Appetite for being genius. This appetite for being genius is replaced by westernized Hinduism, the neo-Hindutva. The neo-Hindutva is making the whole Hinduism as a school college running organization religion. Hey! And that also Christian school and Christian syllabus and Christian medical system, hospitals. Many Hindu gurus come and tell me, they even cry to me, Swamiji, I am from this sampradaya, even my school students don't get initiated in my sampradaya. Why will they? Because the school you are running is giving a Christian education and you are teaching the Christian history. You are not teaching the Hindu history to them, or the real history to them. What you are teaching in your school, they are going to follow, then why will they respect you? Your school books, you don't open and see, it is directly abusing your ancestors, your sampradaya. And you are spending money, your whole life to run those schools and colleges. One of the worst things done to the modern day Hindus, all their mutts and religious organizations are forced to run Christian syllabus schools, Christian medical method hospitals. Even the Hindu mutts and organizations and gurus, unfortunately, have no freedom to run Hindu education or Hindu medicinal method hospitals. Hindu education schools or Hindu medicinal method hospitals, they can't run. Just see the number of madrasas, Christian education organizations, Christian schools, colleges and theology schools, and Hindu gurukuls number before independence. And see the number now. You will understand why I left India. Why I was kicked out of India. I should use that word. And unfortunately, the modern day Hindu gurus are not even thinking about it. They are not even thinking about it. Their whole thinking is all about getting the temples out of government. That's all. Even that, when they are going to achieve, is different. But even their thinking is not going beyond that. Even in their thinking, they are not going beyond that. And I am telling you, most of the Hindus, almost I can say 99% of the Hindus do not know we had an amazing hospital system, outpatient, inpatient, and lifestyle-based cure healing methods. This modern ideological racketeering has destroyed our indigenous knowledge system, medical system, lifestyle system, even the business methodology system. I think it is my responsibility at least to create one model community, one model piece. I have to create and show that it is possible for the Hindus to get confidence and courage. In India, the anti-Hindu gang, they realized I am setting up a model community with reviving the Hindu education system and Hindu medicinal system, Hindu lifestyle, everything. Then they understood, oh God, this is too dangerous. He's setting a model. That is when they attacked the very core. Otherwise, there is no need for them to spend sending at least some 100 of them into the organization and penetrating and getting the local guys enrolled. The number of spies and conspirator gang infiltrated into my Sangha, my organization. Now we are seeing very clearly when they are dropping out. When they are dropping out and going out and abusing, then we are very clearly able to see that whole gang, how they penetrated and spent years. And we Hindus are very hospitable and very innocent. Exploiting our innocence and hospitality, penetrating into organization and spending years. And even these Hindus getting the opinions of the druggies about me to do their independent investigation. Going to druggies and asking about me. Going to rapists, child rapists and asking about me. Going to devil worshippers, Satan cult, devil worshippers and asking about me and Hinduism to do the independent investigation. Funny. Not really funny. And I am telling you, the appetite for being genius and the Hindu education system, Hindu knowledge transmission system. Actually, we should call it as a Hindu knowledge transmission system. It's not just education system. Education word is too poor. We don't educate, we just do knowledge transfer, I tell you. All the arts a Vishwakarma father mastered in jewelry making, he will transmit the whole thing by the age of 7 to the child, and after that everything the child learns will be the father plus. It will be specialization of what he got from father. That is why I call it Hindu methodology of the knowledge transmission is not ordinary education. Just through the body language, the way, in their very vibration, from the very muscle memory and biomemory and the DNA, the child grasps the whole thing from the father by 7. And from 7 to 14, he refines himself. He excels. Then from 14, it's all about becoming genius. Insatiable, extreme appetite for being genius, seeking the truth, is the fundamental attitude of Hindus in life. The fundamental attitude of appetite for genius is taken away by the modern education, making Hindus mediocre, making them believe this one house, two kids theory, one house, two cars theory. One house, two cars is replaced. The appetite for being genius is replaced by one house, two car lifestyle or one house, two car goal. One house, two car, one wife, two kids. This goal has been pushed, and the appetite for being genius has been destroyed in the very root. So the modern day Hindus, neither they spend their time nor intelligence or money or their treasure, talent, time, anything. They don't spend any of it in becoming genius, seeking the truth, being a personality with a depth. I tell you, allowing the kids to date and break their celibacy before 21 destroys their depth. Till 21, absolute celibacy makes the depth in personality. Understand? Actually, it takes 21 for your brain to get mature to handle the emotional ups and downs of relationships. If you started dating or all this boy girl thingy before 21, don't feel proud about it. Don't feel cute about it. I think I am in too much samadhi, and naturally I'll be too raw, straight, ferocious. Better let me stop talking for now. When I am in my pure space, better not to talk to me and me not talk to you guys. Because people are not that matured to listen to the truth as it is. Better you receive the initiation. Let me. Give you all blessings, support, methodology. Okay. Let me give you solution instead of digging the problem deeper. But unless the problem is explained, you won't even learn the depth of the problem. That is the biggest problem. And nobody is interested in analyzing the problem. Nobody is interested in hurting you. And I am also scared of hurting you guys. Because you guys are not realizing the problem. You guys start developing anger towards me for showing the problem. Hey, listen. Out of my extreme compassion, I am talking. Listen. You NRIs are great, wealthy, highly tax paying. There are so many good things you guys have. I'm not saying no. But the highest heart problem and top, but by 50. That ratio is also high. Before 50, packing off. This Monday morning blow ups, heart attacks. That ratio is also too high among the NRIs. You go and study, see the statistics. I'm talking from the number. It's all public information. The reason is not following the lifestyle of Hinduism. Rituals mold day-to-day life. Person who has the habit of Nitya Puja, even if it is 10 minutes, I guarantee you will be 3 times more productive in your life, because this Nitya Puja habit will not let you just rot in your bed without getting up. See, your concept of vacation is just rolling on the bed without getting up. Arey, fool! The whole concept of vacation is wrong. Becoming couch potatoes is not life. There are tons of things. When people get time for themselves, all they do is just I don't get up from the bed. I just roll till evening. Is it a pride? Cute? Inactive lifestyle. Whether you feel depressed or you feel you have freedom to do what you want, or that is not lifestyle. A ritual retrieves more than 30% of your life from your tamas, laziness demon. Start practicing 10 minutes a day Nitya Puja. You will see your waking hours, active hours, living hours, not just working, alive, living hours will increase 30% minimum. For a modern day human beings, I think even 80% will increase. The ritual centric lifestyle. A vegetarian lifestyle will improve the activism in your life 80%. 80% of the time you are awake, you will be very bright. Your brain will be functioning very bright without coffee. Without coffee, you will be organized if you live a vegetarian lifestyle. Vegetarian lifestyle keeps your brain organized without coffee, without caffeine. Understand? I am telling you, the day I started applying this Karisalangani powder for my upper palate and cleaning the pitta and kapha, I am living without any need for solid food or coffee, tea. Now the solid cooked food has become like a Maheshwara Puja diet for me. Other times just little few seeds or fruits or juice. See, if you start seeking the truth, if you start having appetite for being genius, that appetite for being genius only can make you decide about this vegetarian lifestyle, ritual centric lifestyle. Appetite for the truth, conscious sovereignty, appetite for the highest reality is the fundamental ecosystem, lifestyle, nature, existential reality for Hindus. Oh, Hindus, reclaim that first. Don't allow this one house, two car lifestyle to steal the appetite for the truth, appetite for the reality from you. The brain evolves subtle capacity to grasp the cosmic truths if the appetite for the truth is encouraged in you. Seeking conscious sovereignty is awakened in you. Looking for the truth and reality, when it is kindled in you or rekindled in you, only then your brain starts developing those subtle grooves to grasp life. I really sincerely bless you all to awake conscious sovereignty and seeking for the conscious sovereignty. Seeking the truth. Being ferocious to reach the truth.
அஞ்சலென்றடைய அபயம் தரும் லிங்கம், ஆனந்த நித்யன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம், பிணி நீக்கும் உயிர் காக்கும் ஞான ஒளியாக பூத்த நித்யானந்தன் தந்த உயர்லிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம், ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம், ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். அருணயம் பதிதனிலே மலைவல வழிதனிலே அருமையாய் அமர்ந்த நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். அருணயம் பதிதனிலே மலைவல வழிதனிலே அருமையாய் அமர்ந்த நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். கருதிடும் அடியவரின் மலையெனும் துயர்களையே கடுகன உடைக்கும் நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். கருதிடும் அடியவரின் மலையெனும் துயர்களையே கடுகன உடைக்கும் நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். கவலைகள் விடி உறவே அவலங்கள் பொடிப்படவே கருணையின் அருளழகாய் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். கவலைகள் விடி உறவே அவலங்கள் பொடிப்படவே கருணையின் அருளழகாய் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். சுயமதை உணர்த்திடவே சுகமதில் நிலை பெறவே தவநிலை குயத்தும் நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். சுயமதை உணர்த்திடவே சுகமதில் நிலை பெறவே தவநிலை குயர்த்தும் நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். தவநிலை குயர்த்தும் நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம், ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம், ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பிணிகளை போக்கிவிடும் பிறவியும் போக்கிவிடும் உயர்நிலை வாழ்வளிக்கும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பிணிகளை போக்கிவிடும் பிறவியும் போக்கிவிடும் உயர்நிலை வாழ்வளிக்கும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். மனிதருக்கரியதொரு அரூபரூபமெனும் அஜோமுகத்தை காட்டும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். மனிதருக்கரியதொரு அரூபரூபமெனும் அஜோமுகத்தை காட்டும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். அமரர்கள் உலகமெல்லாம் அருள் பெற விரதம் கொண்ட 1008 நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். அமரர்கள் உலகமெல்லாம் அருள் பெற விரதம் கொண்ட 1008 நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். குணக்கடல் குவலயத்தை குறைவின்றி காக்க எங்கள் குரு நித்யானந்தன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். குணக்கடல் குவலயத்தை குறைவின்றி காக்க எங்கள் குரு நித்யானந்தன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். குரு நித்யானந்தன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம், ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம், ஞான ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யம் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். அயனறி கருளிடவே அக்னி வடிவினிலே அருணையில் உதித்த நித்ய ஆனந்தலிங்கம். அயனறி கருளிடவே அக்னி வடிவினிலே அருணையில் உதித்த நித்ய ஆனந்தலிங்கம். அன்பருக்காதரவாய் ஆலமிடற்றினிலே கட்டிய நாதன் நித்ய ஆனந்தலிங்கம். அன்பருக்காதரவாய் ஆலமிடற்றினிலே கட்டிய நாதன் நித்ய ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதியும் அந்தமில்லா ஜோதியின் ரூபமென சூட்சமாத்மமான ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதியும் அந்தமில்லா ஜோதியின் ரூபமென சூட்சமாத்மமான ஆனந்தலிங்கம். முக்தர்கள் பக்தரெல்லாம் முக்தியடைந்து விட மூலமதாக நின்ற ஆனந்தலிங்கம். முக்தர்கள் பக்தரெல்லாம் முக்தியடைந்து விட மூலமதாக நின்ற ஆனந்தலிங்கம். மூலமதாக நின்ற ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம். ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யம் தந்த 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 ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஊழ்வினை மாய்த்து விடும் ஆன்மீக வேட்கைதனை தீயன மூட்டும் நித்ய ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஊழ்வினை மாய்த்து விடும் ஆன்மீக வேட்கைதனை தீயன மூட்டும் நித்ய ஆனந்தலிங்கம். வாழ்மனம் கொள்ளும் பெரும் எண்ணங்கள் யாவையுமே பாங்குடன் நீக்கிவிடும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பாழ்மனம் கொள்ளும் பெரும் எண்ணங்கள் யாவையுமே பாங்குடன் நீக்கிவிடும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். தாழ்வுகள் போக்கிவிடும் தீமைகள் நீக்கி நம்மை தூயவனாக்கும் நித்ய ஆனந்தலிங்கம். தாழ்வுகள் போக்கிவிடும் தீமைகள் நீக்கி நம்மை தூயவனாக்கும் நித்ய ஆனந்தலிங்கம். வேள்விகள் செய்து வரும் பேருயர் வாழ்வினையே வேண்டிட தந்து விடும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். வேள்விகள் செய்து வரும் பேருயர் வாழ்வினையே வேண்டிட தந்து விடும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். வேண்டிட தந்து விடும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம். ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யம் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம். ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யம் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். புண்ணியம் செய்த பெரும் பக்குவர் உள்மனதில் தெள்ளமுதாய் நிற்கும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். புண்ணியம் செய்த பெரும் பக்குவர் பக்குவருள் மனதில் தெள்ளமுதாயி நிற்கும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பண்ணொடு பரதமெனும் 64 கலை உள்ளிருந்தாட்சி செய்யும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பண்ணொடு பரதமெனும் 64 கலை உள்ளிருந்தாட்சி செய்யும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பெண் அவள் செய்த தவம் பாதியை தந்த பெரும் பேரருள் செய்த நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பெண் அவள் செய்த தவம் பாதியை தந்த பெரும் பேரருள் செய்த நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். விண்ணவர் மன்னவரும் வேண்டிடும் வரமெதுவும் வேண்டும் உணருளும் நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். விண்ணவர் மன்னவரும் வேண்டிடும் வரமெதுவும் வேண்டும் உணருளும் நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். வேண்டும் உணருளும் நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம் ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம் ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். மூவினை தீர்த்துவிடும் மூல மறுத்துவிடும் சாவினை வீழ்த்திவிடும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். மூவினை தீர்த்துவிடும் மூல மறுத்துவிடும் சாவினை வீழ்த்திவிடும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். காமம் அழித்துவிடும் காதல் உரைத்துவிடும் சோமனணிந்த நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். காமம் அழித்துவிடும் காதல் உரைத்துவிடும் சோமனணிந்த நித்யன் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆவியை ஏத்துவிடும் ஆறுயிராக்கிவிடும் நாவுய நால்வர் தொழும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆவியை ஏத்துவிடும் ஆறுயிராக்கிவிடும் நாவுய நால்வர் தொழும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பேதயம் வாழ்வினுக்கே பேரருளான அந்த பூரண ஞானம் தரும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பேதயம் வாழ்வினுக்கே பேரருளான அந்த பூரண ஞானம் தரும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பூரண ஞானம் தரும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம் ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யன் தந்த 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 ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிதேவன் நித்யநந்த பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை அளவில்லாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புத பாதுகை. ஆதிதேவன் நித்யநந்த பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை அளவில்லாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புத பாதுகை. சோதி தெய்வம் நித்யன் வரும் சேதி தன்னை கூறவே சோர்ந்திடாது பிறவி தாங்கும் சீர்மிகுந்த பாதுகை. சோதி தெய்வம் நித்யன் வரும் சேதி தன்னை கூறவே சோர்ந்திடாது பிறவி தாங்கும் சீர்மிகுந்த பாதுகை. ஆதிதேவன் நித்யநந்த பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை அளவில்லாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புத பாதுகை. ஆதிதேவன் நித்யநந்த பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை அளவில்லாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புத பாதுகை. நித்தியன் பாதுகை. கூடி வரும் கோடி பக்தர் ஆண்டவனை காணும் முன் பார்த்து ஏங்கும் பெருமை கொண்ட பரமன் நித்தியன் பாதுகை. லோகத்தையே காக்கும் நித்தியன் பாதமலர் காத்திடும் யோகம் தன்னை தாங்குகின்ற நித்யானந்தன் பாதுகை. வேதியனாம் நித்யானந்தன் ராஜ நடை இடுகையில் வேதநாதமாய் விளங்கும் விந்தையான பாதுகை. வேதியனாம் நித்யானந்தன் ராஜ நடை இடுகையில் வேதநாதமாய் விளங்கும் விந்தையான பாதுகை. பாதுகை 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 நித்திய பாதுகை பாதுகை நித்திய பாதுகை. தேடி தேடி கண்டிடாது மாலை சோர்வில் ஆழ்ந்திட நித்தியம் நித்தியன் பாதம் பற்றும் பாக்கியம் கொண்ட பாதுகை.
I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, collective integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Paramadvaitam, Shuddhadvaita Saivam. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्री कैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्त श्यामला पीठारूढ श्री मीनाक्षि सुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्न स्वरूप परशिवपुत्र रत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपानलब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागम सारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत् परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र